You think
needs to
somebody
be
needs
removed.
to take him out?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's how things can get better over there.
What can you do? And especially where he's kind of buddying up with China now. And that's the same thing with China, right? I think
Yeah.
we can acknowledge that is
Yeah.
democratic elections aren't really a thing.
Well, I mean, we have the comfort of being able to say what's on our mind, and we also, have the ability to offer a caveat that we are not, geopolitical political scientists. But I
Luckily.
think that I think that assassination is in order, personally. Or something like that. He needs
You think
to
somebody
be
needs
removed.
to take him out?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's how things can get better over there. I'm not saying it's what's gonna happen.
That is so great. Imagine, this is how crazy the world is over here, especially. We can say that talking about another foreign leader, and you could even say that about Joe Biden. I wouldn't recommend that, but you might have some people come to your house and say, hey, we're going to talk about this podcast episode where you said, hey, we need to take out Joe.
Oh boy.
But nobody's going to kill you. You're going to be able to go to work Monday morning and your life's going to move on. You might have some more eyes on you, but, or even let's go Brandon. You can say that and there aren't really any repercussions. But if you said that in Russia.
Yeah.
Adios.
Yeah, definitely. And it's kind of weird, like hearing Putin and Biden compared in the same sentence, because they're very different people who believe in very different things. I mean, sure, there's definitely people that are calling for assassinations in like literally every country in the world. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would go that far. I mean, have you ever been that angry at a president that you'd hope that they would be assassinated?
No, I don't think, no.
At a USA president?
No. I've never thought anybody should be assassinated.
Hitler?
Okay, fair. That's a fair point.
Stalin?
Hitler, yeah, okay. I think the difference is that's one of the things people like to throw around is a comparison between Hitler and Putin. I've seen that a lot, especially right now, but I don't.
Fair.
Is it though?
It is.
I mean, Hitler killed a lot of people.
So is Putin.
Yeah, but not on the same. I think in his lifetime, I don't think he's killed 6 million people.
Yeah.
But I think where he has been a part of the KGB and he clearly is not afraid of poisoning people and doing what he has to do to maintain power, I bet he's killed a lot of people.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and the difference between the two is like he doesn't have a long-standing history of writing and putting out sort of propaganda about how one race is better than the other. At least as far as I don't understand it. Again, caveat, I'm not a political scientist.
Yeah, we're just talking shit. Come on.
Yeah.
I think my hesitation comes from the fact there's no justification for what Hitler did. You can't even try to play devil's advocate with that.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of can to some extent with what's happening in Ukraine. And this is coming from somebody who's completely uneducated. So if I'm way off base, just roll your eyes at me and I'll be like, all right, we're gonna rethink that.
No, spit it.
I get some of the sentiment from Putin's view where, hey, we don't want NATO taking up Ukraine. We don't want, Western weapons in Ukraine right on our border.
But why? Why does he not want NATO to bring in Ukraine?
Well, we wouldn't want Russia doing anything with Mexico or with Canada or Cuba. I mean, that was a long-standing problem.
Yeah.
I think he's going about it the wrong way. You can't just invade a foreign country like that.
He already did.
I know. That's the problem.
I mean, he did it to Georgia. He did it to Crimea.
Yeah.
And
now he's got the DNR right there that they're trying to fight for.
And it's escalating because, he's like, okay, well, let's start with small potatoes and move up to the entire potato farm eventually until it's the USSR again.
Do you think that's the plan? It's not just about Ukraine, it's the whole thing?
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, shoot, he's done with Ukraine. Like, what are we in 10 years? Are we talking about Poland? Or, when does it stop? Because it hasn't at this point. Does if you do see a trend, it's like there's Georgia, and then there's Crimea, and then now there's Ukraine. He's an escalating guy, and he did do that smartly because he did it with so many years in between, and really it's like it's crazy what he's been able to accomplish
Well, when you're in
without
power
any
like that,
repercussions.
yeah, when you're
Yeah.
in power like that, you can play. That's one of the threatening things about China is they're not playing in 4-year terms. They're playing in decades. They're
Yeah.
playing the long game
Yeah.
of we just have to wait them out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what Russia can do. I mean, Putin's been president since the 90s.
Is it late 90s?
I
Yeah,
think
I
late
mean, could
90s.
be. Yeah, we could probably verify. Hold on.
But still, what else are you going to do with all that time? You're going to think a plan up and you're going to execute it over however many years or decades it takes.
Okay. How long has Putin?
Say like 97.
Oh no, 2012 to president.
Really?
To president, yeah. Dmitry I'm going to destroy his name. Medvedev from 2008 to 2012. Oh, but Putin was president from 2000 to 2008. So there was a break. And then before that was Boris Yeltsin.
Oh,
1991 and
okay.
1999.
I'm full of shit. I did not know that.
Yeah. Interesting.
So he took a break and then said, "No, I gotta start running this ship again.
Right.
I gotta go back to the top." Okay,
Yeah, some
well,
may argue that we probably should have known that before even launching this conversation.
well, that's all part of the fun.
Yeah.
So if it is, that's the problem. If it doesn't stop at Ukraine, then my argument's mute because it's not just about protecting a border. It's about rebuilding the Russian brand and the Soviet Union and restoring it to its former glory. If that's the ultimate plan, that's a problem. That's a real problem.
And you got to look at let's stop looking at this from a macro perspective and just start looking at the psychology of it. How are people like Stalin and Hitler inspired? And I think if you look at it closely, it's like there's a lot of psychological things going on. Like Hitler was just like, no, you're not going to be an artist, and he just got all pissed off and messed up in his head. You know what I mean?
That's what happens if you don't chase your dreams.
Yeah.
You gotta follow your heart, man.
And really, it's like I think Putin just has a little man complex, and he's also deep down he's probably corrupted by greed, by money, by oligarchs, and and by power, and that we've seen how that doesn't stop. Check Breaking Bad. I mean, look at the evolution of Walter White from high school math teacher to or high school science teacher to the kingpin that he was at the end. I think that's pretty interesting to see, just the psychology 101 of it all. But